Okay, we're ready to begin with San Diego State. We have student athletes Chelsea Hopkins, Courtney Clements, Coach Beth Burns. Coach, if we can start with you, some comments on tonight's game.
First, I'd like to congratulate Fresno State. I think they'll be terrific representation. I've said this all week long. I think that the top three teams in our league not only could get in, but they could get in and they could win. So we wish them the best of luck as they head out into the NCAA tournament. We picked a bad time to have a bad time. I think Fresno State had an awful lot to do with that. We're very much a physical rep team. We work really hard to try to do things the way we want to do them. And we just, out of the gate, even though we had a lead, it was very much not San Diego State basketball. It was more Fresno basketball, matching baskets up and down the floor. I say that because it was more just an offensive game going both directions. We really didn't have our normal sense of defensive presence and frankly really didn't follow many of the rules that we had aspired to going into the game. We usually start and finish halves really well. That's been a trademark of our team. And obviously what happened to us at the end of the first half, which was just an end result of our lack of defensive composure the majority of the half, really hurt us. With that said, I couldn't be prouder of the 5 seniors that we have on our team, our entire team, the effort that we showed. At halftime, it's more a matter of, all you can do is 2 at a time, play as hard as you can, shots and stops, shots and stops. And I thought we played our guts out to put ourselves in a position to win the game. I also think, I would hope, although I'm old enough to know better, that our body of work and what this team has accomplished from January 10th until this point will at least have some value come Monday afternoon.
Thank you, Coach. Now we'll take questions for the student athletes. Let's go back here first.
Yeah, Courtney, I just have a question for you. You guys got off to a fast start, like you had the first few games of this tournament, and then things changed. What was it that Fresno State did after the first few minutes that kind of maybe caught you guys off guard?
Well, to credit Fresno State, they didn't miss a shot. I don't think that they missed when they had an opportunity to knock down an open shot, they took the opportunity. And, all the credit goes to them. They found the flaws in our defense, and they did what they had to do.
Either one of you guys, obviously this is a surprising result after all that you've accomplished. I mean, if you could kind of put it into words right now.
Well, how do you answer a question like that? It is disappointing that we lost, but I think we can be proud of the fact that we fought back. We didn't give up. We did everything that we felt that we could to try to get back in the game, and we didn't just let them just win the game outright by 20. And I think our young kids showed a lot of fight. Desi, Emma, Kiana, she's not very young, and I think that just goes to show you what kind of team that we have. And if we do get the opportunity to get into the NCAA tournament, this is just a lesson learned. And, if better to lose today than if we get the opportunity to lose in the first round. So all we can do is learn from this and hopefully get the opportunity next week and take it from there.
Chelsea, can you make an argument, for you guys to get in based on your whole body of work, as Coach said?
Most definitely. I think what we've done these last couple of months is just really special. And not too many teams could say they were on a 17-game winning streak. And credit to the teams in the Mountain West. I just feel like in our defense, it's really hard to beat the same team over and over again. And, Fresno State was excellent tonight. They made more plays. That's why they ended up winning the game. But like Courtney said, we never gave up. This is the 3rd time playing Fresno. We've done great up until this point, so I think the NCAA should take that into account and just look at our total body of work. We played good teams, and even teams that we lost to early in the season, we played them competitively. So I think that shows that we belong in the NCAA tournament.
Chelsea, obviously there's disappointment now, but this just, I would assume, just kind of redoubles your resolve to get this out of your mind as quick as you can.
Most definitely, but you know what? It is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm really proud of my teammates, what we've been able to accomplish this season, and obviously this hurts. But like Courtney said, hopefully there's bigger things to come for this team. And Monday night, hopefully the committee will select us, and we're just going to go from there. We can't live in the past and dwell on this game. When we get back to San Diego, we're going to focus on what's ahead, and we pray it's the NCAA tournament. But you know what? If it's the NIT, we're going to take that tournament by storm too.
Courtney, obviously staring at a 22-point deficit isn't fun for anybody, but was there ever any doubt that you could overcome that?
Not at all. I mean, when we're a defensive team, and we know that when you get stops, you find ways to come back. There's no quit in this team. So, nobody on that team planned on quitting, whether we would have got down by 20 or 30 or 40. And unfortunately, we weren't able to come back. But, you can see that we didn't quit, and no matter what they did, we still tried to come back. And we didn't give up until the clock hit 0.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Okay, we'll dismiss them at this time. Thank you very much, ladies. We'll now take questions for Coach Burns.
Beth, you talked a little bit about composure at the end of the half with a senior-laden team. Did that kind of surprise you a little bit? Did they get maybe a little more rattled than you thought they might have?
Well, we have a lot of talented kids that do what they do well when you put it together. But Chelsea's our Superman. And, you're in hindsight is 20/20. If she picks up her third, we can't win this game without her playing this game. We'd been able to, even though we hadn't done much of anything we set out to do, manage a game. And I thought for 2 minutes we could. But but they're a good team. They're a good team, and they're an aggressive team. And, credit goes to them. But, you can't live backwards. You got to live forward.
Like you said, Beth, you've been around for a long time, so you're going to probably be sweating the next 48 hours to some extent. What if you didn't make the NCAAs? What would that do to tarnish or not this season?
Well, you reflect most on what immediately happens, right or wrong. Because, trust me, when you're in the midst of it, the only way you can accomplish it is to just hit the next game. You can't think of it as how many in a row or by how many points or whatever. I said on our initial day at our press conference, no one's happier about our streak than Reagan Peebley and Joe Legursky, because short of an opening loss at Boise for Wyoming, those two teams have been crushing everybody by double-figure points all season long. But because of the nature of ours, first we lost and then we won, everybody made us out to be this giant killer. And I've said from the beginning that I thought all three of us beating each other should have an opportunity to play. So I think Fresno is a really good team. I think there's no shame in losing to Fresno. Today it hurts. Tomorrow it hurts. Monday we won't know. But we won't reflect on the season till a couple weeks from now. This hurts. Conference tournaments, right or wrong, really wrong, are really special. They're really special. Walking up that ladder is really special. And I say right or wrong because it certainly is a heck of a lot harder to go 2 months and win games than it is 3 days. But I think you have to credit the way our style, we started out a little bit sluggish. I thought Courtney played her tail off with the sprained ankle. As they said, our young, big kids came off the bench and really gave us a spark. So we'll focus on the positive, but as competitors, we can't feel joy tonight.
Beth, have you ever seen a stranger stat sheet? It looks, for all intents and purposes, like you win this game.
We've had lots of games where, and I know we've won a lot of games, but we've had a lot of games where we might get out rebounded. The one thing that we consistently do is we take care of the basketball. we don't turn the ball over. So like in any sport, whether you're shooting well or if you take care of the basketball, and tonight, even though it looks like we took care of the basketball, those miscues led to offense for Fresno when we already didn't guard well in the first half. So, you know, numbers are overrated. The only one at the end of the day that counts is the one on the left.
Any other questions?
Just like to thank everybody, thank the Mountain West Conference, thank the people in Thomas and Mack. This has been a terrific experience for our student athletes, and I'm sure everybody else's. This has been a first-class operation, and we're really proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Okay, for Fresno State, we have student athletes Rosie Molt, Kiki Moore, Coach Reagan Peebley. Coach, we can start with you. Your thoughts on tonight's game?
Oh, so fun. That's my thoughts. So fun. I'm really, really happy for these girls and that their story didn't end with an amazing shot by Kiki. It's even more special that that amazing shot led to just an outstanding game. And, you know, we challenged them before the first game that make these the 3 most memorable days of the season so far, and I think absolutely they were. And I apologize for my attire, but I got a whole thing of water dumped on me in the locker room. Also just wanted, San Diego State is a very, very good team, and I'm hopeful that this means 2 teams from our conference are going into the NCAA tournament. I think San Diego State's body of work is pretty impressive. What they've been able to accomplish, especially since January, since our game at their place. To do what they did is so hard. And I just, hats off to them, that their whole team, their post beat us down the floor tonight. They had a point guard that could just hit crazy threes. They have an incredible shooter, and Courtney Clements, they were so hard to beat. And we couldn't put them away. And that's, you know, they're a great team, and great teams don't get put away. But in the end, we're just so grateful that we were able to pull off the win.
Thank you, Coach. Now we'll take questions for the student athletes. Right there.
Now, Kiki, Rosie, to be in this position again in the 4th year, well, what's going through your mind right now?
It's just excitement. I mean, just to come to a new conference and just to win the championship after splitting the regular season with them and them being the defending champions. I think it's just excitement for our team and our coaches as a whole.
Yeah, definitely the same as that. You know, it's been a tough year, but we've fought really hard. Today's game was really hard, and we played so well. Now going to the NCAAs.
And you guys were able to get on a 23-0 run over them. What was going through your mind right there? And then when you guys, maybe felt the shots were going in, you guys were getting a stranglehold over them?
You know, we needed to keep our composure because we knew San Diego State are a great team and they were going to come out hard, and we just had to make sure, we're still being tough and physical on defense and creating shots on offense, and we did that well.
Rosie, and then Kiki can answer us after. What happened? It looked like in the beginning of the game it was going to be a blowout, like you guys were going to get wiped off the floor, and then all of a sudden you guys turned the game around. What did you guys do, or was something said?
We just became more aggressive on defense, and I think we've done that really well this tournament. We needed to make sure we caught San Diego State by surprise because I don't think they were ready for our aggressiveness, and that's what helped us spark that lead.
Same. I think we just took away some of their second shots. At the beginning, they were getting a lot of second chances and making the easy shots. And missing the first one, just letting them get the second one, we knew that they were going to make the shots. So just taking their rebound away, I think, helped us a lot.
When San Diego State drew close in the final minutes, they had a few chances to pull even or get, within a possession or two. What were you guys able to do defensively to kind of take them out of their game and not give them really good looks at the basket?
We just played good on-ball defense. We knew who was going to take the shots and who they were going to pass the ball to. So we just played hard defense one-on-one and just switches and made them take a tough shot.
And, against Wyoming, you guys weren't really able to shoot the 3 ball. Here it really seemed to be the difference maker. What was it like to, really get that game going, really get knocked down those shots early on?
Yeah, obviously it's a great confidence booster for our team. We're a great 3-point shooting team, and when you're hitting them early, it always helps, the lead.
And Kiki, this is for you. Being named the tournament's most valuable player, what does that mean to you?
It's exciting. Without my teammates, none of this would have been possible. Them helping me get shots, giving me big shots when needed to, not in big plays. So without my teammates and coaches, I don't believe any of this would have been possible.
And Rosie, for you, knowing that you guys really had to win this tournament to likely get into the NCAA tournament, how rewarding is it for you guys to know that you guys are going to the big dance now?
Yeah, it's an awesome feeling, It was a very hard game. We were very well rewarded with the straight to the NCAAs, and we just, hope to do our best in the next level.
Just touching up more on the 3-pointers, I know Kiki said, and if you looked at the stat sheet, second chance points is when you caught up to them. But really, it was the threes early that you were able to hit. Did you know early in the game that you had your stroke?
Yeah, my shot was feeling a lot better. It's been a little bit off the last 2 games, so it was nice to hit a few. And, my teammates were attacking, and they either helped off, or if they didn't help off, they were getting drives. So it was working out good.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Okay, we'll dismiss them at this time. Thank you, ladies. Questions for Coach Peebley?
I guess, Coach, what did you say to your team to slow everything down when it was, I believe, 9-0, and it looked like they were going to blow you guys off the court?
Well, we just talked about rebounding, number one. We felt like, there was a couple of mistakes that we made defensively that we trusted we weren't going to continue to make, but really we had to change the face of the game through rebounding, and we couldn't let them get second chance opportunities. And the other thing is we felt like we got good shots. They just didn't fall. And you got to stay confident with that. And just like, we talked about with the Wyoming team, when threes are being shot, no lead is safe, their lead or your lead. So we were able to get some threes. That helped. We limited some of their scoring. And then, definitely that run going into half, extending the lead beyond 10, helping, just making them have to go into timeout and discuss how to break our press instead of dealing with our half-court defense.
Let's go here.
Coach, this was not only your first year at Fresno State, but your first year in the Mountain West. Can you talk about your experience of being a first-year head coach and also coming into a new conference?
Well, my first year here at Fresno State, but I've been blessed with great opportunities at Utah State as well. And I think those experiences and those, helping lead a team, we fell short at Utah State a few times, but really helping a team stay focused. And a lot of times we were undermanned. We had less talent than who we were playing against, which was Fresno State and La Tech. And you had to find ways to still win the game. And I think San Diego State, top to bottom, probably has more talent than we do. So we had to find ways. And the girls had to believe in themselves. And that's absolutely, I think, how we won this game, is their belief and absolute will and determination. And, again, I have to give a lot of credit to our trainer, Kelly. Kelly has been phenomenal all year. We have this thing before the game, and everybody gets to say something and what they believe is going to happen tonight. And the thing she said was, if they break it, we're going to tape it up, and you're going to go back out there. And they nearly broke Taylor. And Taylor was able to get back out there, and that was important because their press without Taylor could have really impacted this game.
And can you talk more about that? She really seemed to get knocked down, but what does that say about her resiliency to, come back and...
Taylor's?
Yeah.
That's just Taylor. I mean, I don't know if that's being the, Oklahoma small town, fight for everything you got, blue collar. Her parents are here, and they've done an amazing job raising an amazing woman that, is a woman amongst children, and she's 10 feet tall and bulletproof. So she loves this team and is going to do everything she can. I have no idea. There could have been somebody telling her back there, you're not playing, you need to be done, and she would have stormed right past through them if it was possible.
And one of the common variables in both the wins was Alex Sheedy's performance. She got 18 points in the first game, 21 here. Did you, coming into the game, did you...
We did. You can check my text to her mom all the way to Australia. Hi, Deb. We knew that Bree and Alex Sheedy were going to have to be big in this game because we used them as on-ball screeners. They were going to come off of on-ball screens and really defend Kiki and Taylor, and we were going to pop them instead of rolling them and let them facilitate offense. They were going to have catch-and-shoot threes. They were going to get to attack off the dribble or continue to attack into handoffs and at what we call at action. And, they knew coming into this game that we were going to have those opportunities, and kudos to them for taking advantage of it.
And can you talk about how your players have adapted to playing in your system? You have Alex, who's played out of position. She's an all-tournament selection.
Yeah, everybody's adapted to each other. I didn't just make them adapt to me. I adapted to them, too. Our staff adapted to them. We didn't want to come in and change everything because they were pretty good at how they were built. We still shoot the three ball, and with just different ways that we got it. And I think, we get to the foul line a lot. more, and that helps us get to teams' benches, foul some of their better players out. Having Chelsea out, that was a big part of our run. She was out of the game with 2 fouls to finish that half.
Go ahead.
And Reagan, if you could just talk about the performance of Kiki Moore over the balance of this tournament. It seemed like every game, obviously the Wyoming game, she makes the big shot to win, but every game she was a major factor for you guys.
All season. She just is a major factor. And, she's a great talent. And what we wanted Kiki to know and really believe when we came in is that great players are going to be good and great in any system. You don't have to just be good in one system. And if you're going to have an opportunity to go on and play beyond college, you're going to have to know how to adapt to different systems. And she really did. And, I thought she and Taylor and Rosie did such a phenomenal job in the locker room of leading this team and on the bench and the way they communicated.
Coach, you came to a program that already had been successful, 5 straight trips to the NCAA tournament. What does it mean? I know it just happened, but what does it mean to you to be able in your first year to win the conference tournament title and send the team back to the tournament for the 6th year in a row?
Well, I think it means to Fresno State that Fresno State has the ability in football, in men's basketball. I think Rodney's doing a great job. Women's basketball and all of our sports that we can compete in this league. It's not just about women's basketball. It's pretty awesome to see that Fresno State was prepared to be successful in the Mountain West. And, the baton was just handed off to me. And I had a responsibility to keep it moving and not take steps backwards.
In terms of the NCAA tournament, from my experience in watching, the team always seemed to get out physical. This game is a perfect indication that if you thought the Bulldogs were a finesse team, you'd be wrong after the way they played today. Do you feel good about your chances going in, that this could be the year you could take that big step and win a first game in the tournament?
Well, I don't know who we're going to be playing, but I think no matter who we're going to be playing, we've got to go in with the attitude of we are going to find a way. And you just have to have the attitude of it shall be done. And it's the drawing board, it's the confidence of the players, it's making sure we're healthy, it's making sure we're smart, and just having that find a way attitude.
And I just want to talk about the preparation for the NCAA tournament. You come into a conference tournament where you're having to prepare for teams you're seeing now for the 3rd time, and you're likely going to be facing someone that you haven't seen at all this season. So how does your preparation change over the next couple of days?
For the NCAA tournament?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get on that bus, and this is going to be a great bus ride home. And, our preparation, there's nothing we can do really until we see what the seeding comes out. And once that comes out, we're going to prepare like we do for any and every game. And you got to just believe in how you do things and approach everything with poise and confidence. And I think that bleeds and spills over to your players. So, business as usual, but we'll enjoy the experience. And this team has talked about how they wanted to not just get in, they want to advance. And that's the next step that our program needs to take. We're going to go for it.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.